Hi, welcome to the GenX Glam Gab Channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone, whether you're new, whether you're coming back. Welcome, I'm your host, Mom in her basement, doing a little bit of glam, doing a little bit of gab, and sometimes I do giveaways. I forgot to mention in yesterday's video that there's a giveaway this week going on. It closes on May 25th. It is a glam bag of glam goodies, a grab bag of glam goodies, and I will link that giveaway video in this video description. You need to go to that video. First of all, you need to subscribe to the channel, have a USA or Canada mailing address, go to the giveaway video, make a comment in the video, and boom, you're in. All right, so all that said, let's get into today's video because I don't have a lot of time. Mom on the go, mom on the go, mom on the go, mom on the go. And it's garbage day. I always feel compelled to tell you guys when it's garbage day. And you're like, what does that mean? It means we're even in more of a hurry. We're even in more of a hurry. All right, so I mentioned yesterday, and listen, you know what I decided to do? I decided to try and do as many videos as I can do before I have to leave my glorious basement and start my journey on this international move. You know, it starts with summer vacation. After summer vacation, like boom, big move comes. So here we are. I'm going to try and upload as much as I can before I have to go. And I thought it would be fun to bring back the question of the day. Let's call this like gearing up for the move. I'm going to show up as much as I can. That means we need some icebreakers. And so today's question of the day is, when you think of like the sights, the sounds, and the scents, like the sense of summer, like which come to mind first? And then specifically, what sight, sound, or scent? And I feel like this should be broken up into a 3-day question. But for me, like when I think of summer, I think of the sound of wind. And either it's the wind like blowing outside on like, I don't know, like a very like warm and gentle day, and you can just see things like gently sway, or the wind like really kicking up, like maybe a summer thunderstorm. Or, you know, I spent some time at the lake. Sometimes that wind is just picking up, and the waves on the lake are just got the white caps on them, and they're bashing against the shore. And so I don't know, like usually, you know, one sense, like finally hyper focusing on one sense can unlock all these other scents. So I don't know, that's my question. Sights, sounds, and smells of summer, what comes to mind? If you can articulate it into the comments. I know it's a weird question. It's a tough one to start with. What am I doing? All right, tomorrow will be easier. What do I have in my hand? I have the new NYX, they're called Smushy matte lip balms. I have them in, my goodness, I guess I have five different of the 12 shades, including a clear, which I'm not quite sure about. And I also just pulled out one of my e.l.f. Melting balms, one of my e.l.f. melting balms, because I'm like, well, should we do a comparison? You can't really compare these. The e.l.f. is very much a balm. It's very balmy. It's very buttery. It's very like you put it on, it even has a little bit of sticky to it. Shades are great. Scents are great. There's only 6 shades of these, but they're both come in at the $9 price point, which is nice. But 12 shades versus 6 shades. But just because they doubled the shades, it doesn't mean anything, because I'm going to tell you, I did a little bit of a wear test yesterday, not only with myself, but with a colleague who has slightly deeper toned lips than me. And especially on her deeper toned lips, she was putting on like all of the ones that are kind of like in the pink family, I suppose. And I think she even swatched the darker one, and it didn't look, you couldn't differentiate the color. And even on me, when I was swatching like these 3, couldn't really differentiate the color. So this is just 2 people's experience with 2 different types of lip tones. I mean, when we're putting them on, we're like, they look the same. That was just for us. And the scents on these are a little overpowering as opposed to the e.l.f. ones. Like, let's see. So this shade here is Snuggles and here, I can't even say it. Squeeze and Sizzle. Oops. she's serving, this is kind of like a red fuchsia. This one here is just Swipe Sesh. I don't know about these names, to tell you the truth. And Sweet Smack. I mean, Elf just kind of went, they just kind of went pretty, I don't want to say normal on the naming, but I feel like they were pretty normal. This is either the sorbet or the yummy gummy. Both have bendy plastic tip applicators, and one isn't giving more bend necessarily than the other. Now, if you look at the product, like, I have to think that Elf is giving you more for your $9, but I would definitely have to, I'd have to look up the grams. I will admit that I didn't look up the grams. And on the Elf stuff, sometimes, this is yummy gummy. On the Elf stuff, sometimes the best way to find the grams is to look at like the packaging. They don't always put it right on the product. And the smallest print's pretty small. Now, I did try Megan's suggestion, what she had heard was going on with these things. Like you can put them on your cheeks because they are pigmented. So I did do that, and I didn't mind the blend that I did on my cheek. We're going to use Swipe Sesh. We're going to use Swipe Sesh. These are, I don't know if I'm going to necessarily get through all of these. I did buy some doubles to put into giveaways. So the current giveaway that I have going on might the recipient might get one of these. So let's go ahead and put this on. It's supposed to have it's supposed to lock moisture. And I will say that, what do I have on my lips right now? I have this Clinique Moisture Surge balm on because this is like almost medicinal. I just wanted to do something. I did do my skincare. I did do a base. I did warm up my face. I'm covered. I'm not I'm lighter than light coverage. It was more just like spot coverage, smooth out the skin, make sure I got my skincare down. I haven't even put any powder on yet because I wanted to do the cheeks with this. What else? Not sticky. It's not sticky. And according to NYX's website, excuse me, this is not supposed to settle into lines. And that is one of the things that my friend, it's so you've got, as I put it on my lips, as it touches my lips, Elf is such a buttery balm, right? It is so buttery. Let's just take the tops off again. So you can see they were really trying with the price point. This tastes like, this is funny. And my colleague's right. She's like, it tastes like buttered popcorn. I have to say, the flavors on all the NYX ones did not hit for me. The flavors on all the Elf ones definitely hit for me. But as I put it on, it's very moussey, okay? It's very moussey in that buttercream whip, as opposed to the Elf is just a very nice, like you can feel all those different butters going on, like the shea butter, the mango that's in all of these Elf ones. That's just like ooey gooey, balmy goodness, right? Whereas these are quite whipped. But my friend pointed out, and these are not supposed to show all of your cracks and lines in your lips. And we both think that we hadn't read the website or anything. It was something that was identified by my colleague before, I took a deep dive in the website. And the deep dive in the website says, oh, these are supposed to be so matte and so buildable and so, so provide so much coverage. You don't see your lines and your cracks, but I feel like you can. And in terms of the application, the word buildable is all over NYX's website. So they want you to keep going in. You're supposed to start from the middle and work your way out. You're supposed to keep going in and building these things. This definitely can't have as much product as, I don't know where I put the Elf. Here's the Elf one. There's no way, because I'm squeezing this and I already feel like it's half gone. And I'm not sure how you're supposed to put the charms on this. There's like a little tiny little something. Okay, let me tell you this. I guess you're either a person that likes butter on your popcorn. I had a little bit of like the lightest color of e.l.f. going on here. I guess you're either a person who likes butter on their popcorn or not. I don't feel like there's many people in between. And this one right here does not like it at all. In fact, it kind of nauseates me. I'm going to go ahead and take that off because I can't have it on. I can't. So here we are. This is a nice, these are one of my higher end makeup removers. So let's just go ahead. There's a tiny bit of a stain left. There's a tiny bit of a stain left. Let's see. We did do a transfer test, and we found that they didn't really transfer. It's not picking up a lot. Let's go in with a different shade. Let's go in with a different shade because I can't have butter popcorn on my lips. I can't. And that's a shame because that was kind of like my favorite shade of them. All right, let's go in with Sweet Smack. And then I'll put this on my cheeks. Again, like I'm squeezing this. I've only, swatched this a few times and it feels already like it's almost gone. This is a little bit too red for me. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this. Yeah, these would have been like, it's too bad you can't do what I'm doing like in a store, like really test the product because these would have been a hard pass for me. I'm not a fan. Like, I like the e.l.f. ones. I have almost nothing negative to say about the e.l.f. ones, but these ones, I agree with my friend. They will settle into the lines. They smell weird. All of them kind of smell weird, the ones that I swatched. Let's go in with Squeeze and Sizzle. This is going to be maybe even too deep. One might argue, depending on, how it picks up on your lips, that that they're all kind of like, even though the shade range is diverse in the sense they're offering 12 different shades. This one to me, this one smells like, this is again the shade Sweet and Sizzle. This sounds like, it smells like a pumpkin spice candle. I think this is the one that I'm going in on my cheeks with. I did like the, I didn't have any of my blenders when I was like working on this yesterday because I was sharing it at work, but I kind of liked the putting it on my cheek and the staying power that the pigment had when I put it on my cheek. Like I checked it out, like every time I went to the bathroom throughout the day, I was like, wow, that really stayed there. But I have plenty of blush products, right? That's only a win. The fact that I like it, like it would only be a win for me if I liked it on my cheeks and I liked it on my lips, right? Like then it's like a twofer type of thing. But if I'm not digging it so much on my lips, let me tell you, I have plenty of cheek products. There's no shortage. I don't need another one. So here I am. I've invested in these things and I'm not really a huge fan. Here it is. It's like the balloon, the air is coming out of the balloon, kind of a letdown. I had high hopes because I generally like matte products. All right, let's build this up a little bit. I did like the flush it gave my cheek though. And out of, all of them that I've tried, I like this scent the best. It reminds me of fall. It really, truly does. Or it reminds me of being in Bath and Body Works in the fall and all those like fall scents going on. All right, let's just take out a little bit more. It is so moussey. It is just so moussey in texture compared to the gooiness that is e.l.f. So moussey. But let's like that's the NYX sort of blended out, and that's the e.l.f. The e.l.f. is much more gooey. Much more gooey. All right, a little bit of e.l.f. I have sinned. I put the e.l.f. on top of the NYX, but I mean, I need something. I don't like the texture of moussey products either. So, I mean, it's not a win for me, but boy, I sure would be interested in what other people, I need a beauty blender. I would be interested in what other people think because, you know, a lot of people might dig the whole moussey vibe. They might dig, you know, the scents. They might dig the fact that that it's kitschy. You can supposedly put a charm on it. It does lock in moisture. It is buildable, but I wonder if other people are going to be honest about this and say, "Hey, shade range, sure, you've got 12 of them, but they all kind of look the same." Just saying. Just saying. That's just me. I always like to preface the fact that I'm not a guru. So I can only tell you what this mom in the basement, very much an amateur in the middle of a midlife makeup crisis, thinks about stuff. All right, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that you're well. I hope that your family is well. I enjoyed hanging out with you. I'm going to try and show up as much as I can before this big international move hits me like a Mack truck. And bringing back the question of the day, like sizzling. Speaking of sizzling, let's sizzle into summer. Let's sizzle into summer with some ice-breaking, not always complicated and deep questions. I promise tomorrow's will be a little bit lighter. All right, take care. I'll see you in the next video.